Ben Affleck has gone from Oscar-winning screenwriter to Batman, from box office bomb to acclaimed director, all while starring in over 40 films spanning 4 decades. Let me show you the exact moment Ben Affleck went from indie darling to Hollywood superstar. There are actually three distinct Ben Affleck eras: the rising star, the fallen icon, and the comeback director. Each phase reveals something crucial about how Hollywood builds up and tears down its biggest stars. So whether you're a die-hard Affleck fan or someone who only knows him as Batman, by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how one actor managed to reinvent himself multiple times and why his story matters to anyone who loves movies. Ben Affleck's journey begins long before most people realized. His first credited role was actually in a 1981 independent film called The Dark End of the Street, when he was just 9 years old. But his real introduction to Hollywood came in 1992 with School Ties, where he played a privileged prep school bully alongside his future collaborator Matt Damon. The following year, Affleck landed a small but memorable role in Richard Linklater's cult classic Dazed and Confused as the paddle-wielding bully O'Banion. What's fascinating about these early roles is that Affleck was consistently cast as the antagonist, the handsome, privileged jerk who audiences love to hate. This was the exact opposite of the everyman hero he would later become. After a forgettable turn in 1995's Glory Days, Affleck's career took its first significant turn when he met director Kevin Smith and was cast in Mallrats in 1996. This began a long-running collaboration with Smith that would span multiple films and decades. Their next project together, Chasing Amy, gave Affleck his first leading role as comic book artist Holden McNeil. But everything changed in 1997 with Good Will Hunting, a script Affleck co-wrote with childhood friend Matt Damon. The film was a critical and commercial success, earning 9 Oscar nominations and winning Affleck and Damon the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay at just 25 years old. This single moment transformed Affleck from a promising indie actor to Hollywood royalty overnight. But what happened next would set the pattern for his entire career. With an Oscar in hand, Affleck made a decision that would define the next phase of his career. He went big. Really big. 1998's Armageddon cast Affleck as the romantic lead in Michael Bay's asteroid disaster epic. The film grossed over $550 million worldwide and cemented Affleck as a bankable leading man. That same year, he appeared in Shakespeare in Love, which won Best Picture, though Affleck's role was relatively small. The late 90s saw Affleck balance mainstream appeal with his indie roots, appearing in Kevin Smith's religious satire Dogma, while also starring in romantic comedies like Forces of Nature with Sandra Bullock. But as the 2000s began, Affleck fully embraced his status as a Hollywood leading man, often at the expense of the authenticity that made his early work so compelling. Films like Reindeer Games, Bounce, and the massive war epic Pearl Harbor showcased Affleck's star power but received mixed to negative reviews. The pattern was becoming clear. The further Affleck moved from his indie roots, the more his critical reception suffered. But the real turning point came in 2003. In a single year, Affleck starred in Daredevil, a superhero film that failed to impress critics, Paycheck, a forgettable sci-fi thriller, and most infamously, Gigli. Gigli wasn't just a box office bomb. It became a cultural punchline. Co-starring his then-girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez, the film was savaged by critics and earned Affleck his first Razzie Award for Worst Actor. The following years didn't get much better. Jersey Girl and Surviving Christmas continued Affleck's critical and commercial decline. By 2006, the once promising Oscar winner had become synonymous with box office disappointment. But just when Hollywood seemed ready to write him off completely, Affleck made a decision that would change everything. In 2006, Affleck took a supporting role in Hollywoodland, playing George Reeves, the actor who portrayed Superman in the 1950s before dying under mysterious circumstances. This was Affleck's first hint at reinvention, playing an actor struggling with typecasting and career frustration. Sound familiar? The performance earned him the Venice Film Festival's Volpe Cup for Best Actor and reminded critics of his talent. After small roles in films like He's Just Not That Into You and State of Play, Affleck made the most important decision of his career. He stepped behind the camera. 2010's The Town, which Affleck directed, co-wrote, and starred in, was a critical and commercial success, proving he had talents beyond acting. But it was 2012's Argo that completed Affleck's transformation from punchline to respected filmmaker. The film won Best Picture at the Academy Awards, and though Affleck was controversially not nominated for Best Director, his comeback was undeniable. Interestingly, during the same period, Affleck delivered one of his most nuanced performances in David Fincher's Gone Girl, playing a man who becomes the prime suspect in his wife's disappearance. Just as Affleck had rebuilt his reputation, he made another surprising career turn. He became Batman. 2016's Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, returned Affleck to blockbuster territory, but this time on his own terms. His older, world-weary take on Batman was praised even as the film itself received mixed reviews. That same year, Affleck starred in The Accountant, a moderate hit that showcased his ability to carry an action thriller, and made a cameo as Batman in Suicide Squad. But Affleck's return to directing with Live by Night proved disappointing, and his time as Batman became complicated by production troubles on Justice League and personal struggles with alcoholism. The 2020s have seen yet another evolution in Affleck's career, a more selective approach to roles that reflect his personal experiences. In The Way Back, Affleck played a former basketball star struggling with alcoholism, a role that paralleled his own public battles with addiction. 2021 saw Affleck reunite with his Good Will Hunting co-star Matt Damon in Ridley Scott's The Last Duel, which they co-wrote and co-starred in, bringing his career full circle. That same year, he appeared in The Tender Bar, directed by George Clooney, and returned as Batman in Zack Snyder's Justice League, a director's cut that improved upon the troubled 2017 version. After the erotic thriller Deep Water, with Ana de Armas and a cameo in Clerks 3, Affleck directed and starred in Air in 2023, telling the story of Nike's pursuit of Michael Jordan. His most recent appearance as Batman came in 2023's The Flash, which is reportedly his final time donning the cape and cowl. Looking at Affleck's complete filmography reveals something fascinating. His career hasn't moved in a straight line, but rather in cycles of reinvention. Each time Hollywood tried to define him, he eventually found a way to redefine himself. So what does Ben Affleck's 4-decade journey through Hollywood tell us? I think it reveals 3 important truths about fame, talent, and resilience. From child actor to Oscar-winning screenwriter, from blockbuster star to Razzie winner, from acclaimed director to superhero and back again, Ben Affleck's career defies simple categorization. He's made brilliant films and terrible ones. He's been praised and ridiculed, but through it all, he's continued to evolve and surprise us. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Ben Affleck's career, you might be thinking what video of Affleck's was your favorite. If you have one, be sure to drop it in the comments. And if you're new here and love these kinds of film breakdowns, hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.